This is gonna be me laughing at the start of it.
That's okay. I know, I just laugh too because it's pretty funny.
It is. Kind of just standing here in an empty room.
Our audience. Welcome, parents. Thank you for joining us for another conversation starter this week. Again, got Dawson, one of our student adult leaders for the students. And so he's going to be joining us for all of these, actually. And so it's going to be great. I hope you guys, enjoy getting to hear his thoughts and things. Yeah. And so this past week, we didn't continue in the series that we're in, which is Genesis. As you heard Sunday, Jackson, one of our other youth leaders, is leaving the Utah.
Yeah. He's going to go into the missions field for 6 months. This is like a starter course, kind of.
Yep. Now, to clarify, it's not a faith-based organization that he's going to.
He's on his own. As far as we know, he's the only Christian there working. So it's pretty exciting. He's going to be learning a lot, hopefully, about missions and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And he's gonna be working with students that are just really troubled, going through a lot of stuff. And so we just kind of celebrated him this past youth group. And so we had the leaders give, some encouragement. You and Jordan, my wife,
did a funny speech.
Gave like a skit, a bit, a toast, which was pretty funny. I wish we recorded it.
Yeah.
Showed it on Sunday. But yeah, so, and we did it that way so that it would be a great example. Well, one, to honor Jackson for all of his work as a leader. He's poured into the kids tremendously. We've worked alongside him since the beginning of the year, or not the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the school year.
Beginning of the school year. And so even though he hasn't been on as long and I haven't been here as long to know him, it's just been what I've seen has just been, it's been a lot of work from him leading the worship team with Jerica and just, all of you guys.
Really pouring into the kids. He's been a great person to work alongside. He's been very invested in this ministry and he is coming back. I kept forgetting about that.
He is coming back.
So he'll continue to invest in the ministry.
He definitely is coming back, but it is 6 months. And so we just wanted to honor him, encourage him, because he is going, as he's expressed himself, as a missionary, as someone on mission to really be, to represent Jesus to these kids in Utah that really, quite frankly, need Jesus.
Yeah.
And so it was a great example for the kids to kind of see this type of missional living, because it's just a job too. Yeah. It is it's a program, but it's also, he's going to get paid.
Yeah, he's going out there to work. Yeah. He's not uprooting his life or anything. Yeah. It's, just a job for a couple months. And so it's a good example to the kids of missional living, just him responding to the call like that, while also it's not dedicated missions. Yeah. Again, it's not a faith-based organization. It's a job that he's going out there to do, that he wants to use to be a missionary in. So
that's a good way of putting it. He wants to use this job opportunity in a missional, to impact the kids in a missional way. Yeah. And so I think that, to me, as we were talking, it's such a great example for the kids or the students. Because, they are on mission too. And it's something that we want them to know is they're going to a school. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian school or a public school or whatever kind of school it is. There are people who don't know Jesus. There are Christians who are doubting their faith. Yeah. There are students who are wrestling and going through some deep stuff. And your student is on mission. Jesus has called them to be on mission. In their context, which is school and their friends.
Yeah, wherever they're at, whatever they're doing, to be on mission. So it's very exciting. Jackson's being a good example, obviously.
He is.
It's exciting for the kids to be firsthand, it's someone they know, and it's someone they'll hear updates from, and they get to we get to have our own person that we're sending off as a youth group, which is exciting. And hopefully they really enjoy seeing the work he does, you know, and learning more about missions through him, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're really praying that it really fosters something in the kids to just be encouraged to be on mission too. As it's encouraged me to be on mission, you know, with our daily works and our daily interactions with people. And so I think you had a scripture that kind of ties into this whole missional living. Would you like to share with the parents? Because I think like they would be encouraged because they're on mission too, to be examples for their kids.
So obviously we don't have a passage to reread this week because we didn't actually read any, but but so I thought of Acts 8 to read in your, you know, family scripture time, because it's the story of Philip and the eunuch. Not the first half is Saul. So you know, you don't have to skip it, but the part I'm intending is Philip and
emphasis
the eunuch. is And so just the phrase that sticks out for missions is that the eunuch he's reading the book of Isaiah. It says he's reading the prophet Isaiah. And Philip walks up and he is like, you know, do you know what you're reading? And the eunuch says, no, how would I? No one's been here to teach me. And then the eunuch even takes a further step to invite Philip to teach him. And so I think that it's great for us to be called to missions through it, because there are people who they won't know unless we're there to teach them. You know, Jackson's going there to teach the people who might be looking but have no one around them to teach, you know. And your students in school, there might be people around them looking but who have no one to teach them. And so it's a good reminder of, it's a different type of missions work where you're just looking for someone who's just as much looking for you. And I think that happens a lot in the missions field. So because I think the tendency is to think of missions as like leaving the country and Philip was just walking down the street.
Philip, I mean, he's literally just walking and the Lord is like, go over there by the chariot. It's like, why? He didn't say why, but that was what was going through my mind. Why the chariot? And it isn't until he takes that step that he actually finds out why he's there. And so I think, it's like he's doing an everyday thing. They walked everywhere. And God is using him like to be a guide for someone who's honestly really looking for him, just like you're saying, you know?
And so, it's a great reminder just for our, you know, little mission field around us, you know, work, school, family life, friends, you know, whatever it may be, that there might be people looking and you might just have to be bold and go up to them, you know? Yeah,
absolutely. And so, so there's not a lot for, you know, because we didn't have a teaching or anything, usually we leave you like 3 questions and stuff, but really there's just 2 things that parents, I want you guys to just be thinking about and try to engage with your student, like during your devotional time or whenever, like you have a chance to have some spiritual conversation with them. How can you encourage a missional lifestyle in your student? And so like maybe a good way of doing this is reading Acts chapter 8 and like emphasizing that section of Philip and the eunuch and maybe even asking your student like, okay, how is Philip on mission here? How can this be like duplicated in my own life?
Because it's not immediately super evident because it doesn't say he's out on, again, he's walking down the street. He's in his kind of normal life as much as they had normal lives, you know? And so, it's a great question. And another way of, you know, is just sharing examples in your own life. Of, you know, like of ways, you don't have to call yourself a missionary, but just of things that have happened for you in the mission field that you can share with your student to help them better get a grasp on what it looks like day to day, you know, the practicality of it.
Because, you guys go to work, you guys have friends who are maybe non-believers, you guys have family who are non-believers. You know what I mean? We have so many different contexts for mission. Like no matter what you're doing or what you do for a living, there's maybe something that you can use as an example for your student. Be like, you know, at work, you know, a guy asked about God and, I was scared to maybe answer his question, but I did. I told him about Jesus, or, someone asked me a question about something else or the Bible, and, I answered them honestly. This is what I think, It's like, those are missional moments that I think are very good testimonies for students, because again, like we were saying about something else, like students want to know, like they want to see that we've experienced these things ourselves.
Yeah, they learn well from experience. They want to see that so that they can go experience it themselves.
Yeah.
And it's good to build upon Scripture with that, foundation of Scripture, but then showing them this is how I've seen it play out for me. So that they know it does happen outside of Scripture.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be good. So yeah, just maybe sharing your experience. Sorry, my phone's going off right now. Sharing your experience, and also like asking your student, where is your mission field?
Yeah.
It could be obviously primarily at school, but maybe they have friends who are non-Christian. That's a mission field. Maybe they have a heart to like be a missionary one day, engage with that. And so, it's just more of a missional kind of week. So, because Jackson is encouraging us to be missional by him taking the step and doing it. So we encourage you parents to kind of engage with your student with some of these things. Read Acts chapter 8. That'd be a great verse to kind of build that foundation, and then maybe share some experience from your own life.
And you can ask them about what they know about what Jackson's doing too, to see how much they were paying attention.
Why is Jackson leaving again?
Yeah, and they'll just be like, I don't know, Mom.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for Conversation Starter. We hope this produces many good conversations between you and your student. We'll be back next week for another one. See ya. Hello, parents. This is Pastor Mario. Thank you guys for joining us for this week's Conversation Starter. If you want more ways that you can engage with your youth, you can check out the other Conversation Starters here on my side. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope you guys are doing well.